Æcer was a time where we would bless our lands and ask for healing, casting out Uttengard energies and plague from the previous wheel, and bringing wealth, crop and Innergard energy to the new wheel. This time of wheel, our forebears gave healing herbs to the Hearth's flame as well as beads. It is an offering to bring the land back to good health after a hard winter. This time, to our Scandinavian cousins, call it Fori. Fori is the Icelandic name of the personification of the frost of winter in Norse mythology, and also the name of the fourth winter month of Iceland calendar. Again, was the passing of midwinter, where they would also most likely ask the gods for land blessings, as we do. Winter was harder for them, what resulted in them invading our lands, as well as Eru, known today as Ireland, and Francia, known today as France. That is southern western Germania, and ruled by the first converted Germanic tribes, the Franks. What was shared with the Britons, who was the Bretons, later they would gave hospitality to let the Norse laird of Rollo settle, forming the Norman Orcs, who was a band of Danes converted under Frankish culture. This was all due to the lands having harder wealth, meaning the gods most likely wished to challenge them. But for us, our challenge was to face them and make them accept our land terms. This form of the festival is also linked to Funor, 4-4, who is also said to have elements of healing. In the days of our forebears, around 541, and lasted as early as an early pandemic for 8 years, calming down around 549, the plague was called Justinian. It involved symptoms of boils around the groin and armpits, as well as common plague symptoms such as common cold symptoms we suffer today. This caused thousands of deaths to our forebears once it entered Europe. To help resolve this, our forebears most likely prayed to Æcer being her common name, being the little sourced but possible Old English name. Is said to be a Valkyrie and head of the Valkyrie under Freyr. She is also known as the goddess of healing, and is most likely more Vanya due to being part of Freyr's people. Today herbs, we have give to them as well as the rest of the Vanya. We can also pray to Hadingus, known to the common and Danes as Njord, father of Yngwi Frey, who most likely mated or was married to Nerthus before marrying Hertha Skadi of the Æcer. Hadingus can help keep produce between our seashores of the sea with the help of Wada, who is an Eoten and a friend of the gods, who was given title and his own kingdom of the sea. Hadingus keeps also track of the sea and rivers and seashores and helps keep produce to the waters, what is very important to our lands. Yngwi Frey and his sister Freyr, son and daughter of Hadingus and Nerthus, are said to give fertility to the land, and fertility as an element of produce to the land, and multiplication of living, breathing beings such as human, trees, plants and animals alike. Last blot, I thanked my patron deity Yngwi and his sister for these elements, and ask he will give good fertility elements this year. Some see Freyr and Frigg, wife of Woden. Some see Freyr or Frigg, wife of Woden, to be the same, regarding Freyr to be the goddess is youth young form, and Odd being most likely a younger form of Woden. Then Woden and Frigg, their older, more like all mother and father forms. The other view is Freyr and Odd are separate deities, but if are the same, then the Dweorg story of the necklace can be understood, while Woden most likely, known as Odd at the point, was angry with her. Æcer, possibly known as Wag in Old English, was said to be the deity for the Vanir. He was a tactics technician for them, as well as their poet, as it is a time of recognition for the Vanir, for it seems right to honour him. Our mother Hearth, mother of Ingwe and Frail, and one of the mother goddesses of cattle, and one of the nature goddesses. To you we hail, hoping you will help us keep peace and happiness this wheel. The Vanir was said to only fight when they really had to, and was lords and ladies of peace. They were said to be more natural and spiritual. As we are still in winter, I feel it is also important to continue to ask Waldor and Hearth, also known as Ulla, Skadi Hearth, Waldor Ulla, our Lord and Lady of Winter, to keep giving us blessings in their winter elements. We ask Waldor to ease with the winds, and him and Hearth to be good with snow. Waldor was said to be at battle with Alfred of Waldin at one point, for leadership of the Æcer. At winter times, Waldor won this battle, putting Woden into exile for 9 years. Woden eventually found his way back to the Æcer throne. Time is not recorded, but it was most likely after he found and discovered the mastery of the runes and slayed the worm as stated in the 9 herb charms. If you could repeat after me, please. Hail Hadingus.
Hail Hadingus.
Hail Ingwe.
Hail Ingwe.
Hail Frail.
Hail Frail.
Hail Ar.
Hail Har.
Hail Wag.
Hail Wag.
Hail Nefes.
Hail Nethus.
Hail Funor.
Hail Funor.
Hail Waldor.
Hail Waldor.
Hail Hearth.
Hail Hearth.
Hail Waldin.
Hail Waldor.
Siga Kingas Har.
Siga Kingas Har.
Siga Wolfingas Har.
Siga Wolfingas Har.
Siga Gewis Har.
Siga Gewis Har.
Siga Bloodline of the Æcer.
Siga Bloodline of the Æcer.
Siga Anglican.
Siga Anglican.
Siga Fern Cedar.
Siga Fern Cedar.
Siga Anglican Fern Cedar.
Siga Anglican Fern Cedar.
Wassel Hair.
Wassel Hail.
Thank you, Ian. If you could that one up. And then, are you ready for the song, bro?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Thank you, Ian.
So,
and then, if you could, is that right?
yeah.
Yep. And then if you're okay.